get offended and try to say I'm too black, but the reality is that y'all never let the fact that I am black go. So I'm gonna be clear about one thing. I know my good black history, but this looks like modern day slave patrols. And they have been sanctioned by this Supreme Court.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, I cannot wait till we don't have to see any more of you. I cannot wait till we have to see any more of you. It's like she always outdoes herself with the most ridiculous stuff. I'm black. I know about slave patrols. No, you don't. Nobody you know has ever been enslaved. It's 2026. Like,
if you care about black people and the things that black people went through, that diminishes what black people who were actually slaves really went through, because it was extremely horrible. So just to say that, oh, well, you know what they're doing, that's the same thing. It's like slavery again. That's to the people who were actually slaves looking at how black people are living in America today, they would take offense to that.
But how is it slave catcher if they're getting caught and getting released?
It's not even comparable.
It's not comparable at all. Like, they're literally illegal immigrants. Now we have Black Panthers at the ICE protests in Philadelphia.
Won't no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig? Carry bigger guns and we don't take no shit. Places where there are a lot of immigrants at, I think that the community around them needs to take special care to them and needs to start escorting them to and from everywhere to make sure that they're safe. Because them ICE agents ain't gonna act like that if it's a bunch of people standing outside with assault rifles and shotguns. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. That means them shotgun shells that shoot out of a pump, they shoot them rapidly. If you are gonna legally arm yourself with something bigger than what they got. Those who serve in the public, they should be fearful of the public. They should be fearful that the public's going to be dissatisfied with their job that they're doing, not feeling like they're tyrants, not feeling like they're bullies because they got guns and body armor and walkie-talkies. That makes them immune to whatever the people would do. I think you want to correct the ideology of the pig and the mentality of the slave catcher, you meet them with equal force. All power to the motherfucking people.
No power to the pig.
All right, Now the more you F around, the more you are going to find out.
Yeah,
you know
what
what
an
makes
idiot. Like, we're the same Black Panther Party. No,
they're not.
buddy.
The Black Panther Party back in the day used to stop the gang banging. They used to stop the drugs in their community and stop black people from killing each other. Y'all are not doing none of that.
Their number one goal was to empower black people, not illegal immigrants, and to protect immigrants. So to sit here and push this narrative is ridiculous. And like, I have a lot of comments, you know, they may not be appropriate, so I'm not gonna share all of them, but that was stupid. I won't know why you run up on me. Oh, you're so tough, dude. You're an idiot. You're actually putting people in more danger by showing up with a gun, threatening to shoot people for enforcing the law. If you don't like the law, buddy, then just go to jail. Just break it. Go to jail. Pay the consequence. Don't come out here and put other people's lives in danger because y'all want to play tough guy.
You know what also is crazy? Like, since the illegal immigrants were sent to our country, they disproportionately put black people behind and put them in front of them. So I don't see how you support that at all.
Hey, man, that's a phenomenal point right there. Phenomenal point.
I mean, he's inciting violence. If you incite violence and then say you're a good guy, that doesn't make any sense.
Let's see what CNN has to say about all of this.
They're asking ICE to do outrageous things. They are recruiting them using Nazi, white supremacist propaganda, hinting to that. And then people see that. People who don't recognize it as Nazi or white supremacists, maybe they just join anyway. But the ones who do recognize it see it as a hint. The same kind of hint as you know, stand back and stand by. And then you put those people in the field. This is not people coming to Washington to protest. These are people being placed in my neighborhood doing horrible things to my neighbors. And when people respond to that, they say, now the problem we created, we will solve with more force. This is a horrible political play.
First of all, how dare you sit here and accuse ICE agents of being Nazi, Gestapo, and white supremacists when they are enforcing law? You just insinuated that they're apparently recruiting others. You said they're recruiting others, and then it's a dog whistle for others to then apply to that.
Absolutely.
Second of all,
let me tell you what he's referring to.
You didn't see that?
He's referring to posts that have been put out on social media by DHS.
I've seen all the posts.
And on the Department of Labor and on other accounts that have been traced back to white supremacist chat rooms, iconography.
Wait. So that's like equivalent if Hitler drank water. So if you drink water,
Did you not see the one?
Well, look.
Did you not see the one with George Washington?
There's plenty of stuff.
Did you see the one with George Washington?
Which specific one?
The one where they were using Nazi, it's hinting at Nazi phrasing over a picture of George Washington. Did you see it? Did you see it? You didn't see it.
Well, what was the Nazi
phrasing? You said you see it, but you didn't see it.
What is the phrase? What is the phrase?
And you didn't see it. And the reason...
Wait, can I continue my answer?
You can't say the phrase. I don't want to... Guys, hold on. I don't...
Exactly.
One second. Everybody stop talking.
One eternity later.
Right. I want to make sure we get this phrase in, because the phrase is one homeland, one people, one heritage. Remember who we are as American over a picture of George Washington. And that is a hint at what a lot of people are suggesting is a hint at a Nazi German party thing that said one people, one realm, one leader. Do you remember what the largest Nazi rally ever held in America, where it was held?
Have you ever seen a dollar bill that says one nation under God? Have you ever read John Jay, who said we were one people with one language?
Madison Square Garden in 1934. Right. And you know what picture was on that stage? George Washington. And you know what the person said when they got on the stage to introduce that Nazi rally? Was that if George Washington was alive today, he and Adolf Hitler would be friends.
Right.
And a normal president.
Let me just make one more note.
To say that someone wanted Americans to be one people as Americans, no one said white, black, Mexican, Americans. I think that one nation under God, that's regular. We're all Americans. That what's more divisive, saying that we're not all together, that we're all together? Come on, bro.
I think to them, American mean white.
That's what it must mean.
It's interesting. They think that we're supposed to all be against being one nation where we all relate under one heritage, which is the American history of this country. And they think that being patriotic and understanding that is somehow inherently racist. Like, it's really unfortunate that they try to do this. They put these black faces on here to push this narrative. But it's like, why would I listen to you? Like, because it's like I have more in common with people that descend from America than I do with people who come from foreign countries and speak foreign languages and have foreign religions and have foreign customs.
Flags.
Like, I don't relate to them. I'm not gonna side with them. I'm gonna side with the people of this country that I relate to, that I am from, that I descend from, before anything else. That's one nation, one people, one language, one heritage. It's really not rocket science. I mean, like, black history, slavery, that's American history. So it's like I relate to that, and I'm going to side with that before I side with foreigners that they're trying to remove. It's really not that hard to understand. I mean, to say that that's racist it's just a cop-out, honestly.
Well, I think that you look to be offended. So you'll look at a regular situation and look to call it racist. You know, they just look to be, if you try your hardest to be offended, you can find offense to anything. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I think this guy, Charles Blow, I think he sucks. I think that's why he talked over everyone when they tried to interrupt him, because he knew they were about to poke holes in his argument. And Abby Phillip also sucks because she just sides with all the Democrats that are always on the panel. She's literally the worst host ever. Like, when she's not on this panel, it somehow is better. Like, how is your name on the show and the segment, and it's better without you? That says a lot. All right, now let's look at what these protesters and activists are doing. This is what we're supposed to be in favor of because we're black guys. We're supposed to be on the side of these guys.
Why do you violate our rights? Why do you violate our rights? Why do you violate our rights?
What rights are being violated? Oh my God.
Why do you violate our rights, he says.
What rights are getting violated?
Great question. What rights are getting violated?
Just illegals are getting kicked out. And one lady tried to stop a law enforcement for doing their job and took a bullet. That's literally all that happened, to be honest.
She would have just been home with her child, or at home minding her business, she would be alive.
Sad.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection Police arresting a protester, seems to be a person who was outside this building. We just witnessed them arresting another person moments ago, and now they're clearing the street. Now, it has happened a few times, Dana, that protesters take the street, and that's when police moves in to clear the street right outside this building. Now, this, I will say, is the most forceful that I've seen the federal forces be with protesters. There seem to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 agents on top of this person. U.S. Customs.
Yeah, man. I mean, if you guys were just at home and not interfering and putting them in harm's way, we wouldn't have to see them use this type of force.
F it, man. I might sign up to be an ICE agent.
They paying $200K a year.
I feel like kicking some ass right now.
For real?
Oh yeah.
$200K a year.
They getting a bonus. I think they're getting a 20,000 bonus.
And they'll pay your student loans. It's like shit. That's a deal. That's better than most jobs.
That's a great salary.
It's like if you guys weren't agitating them, breaking into their cars, trying to impede them, throwing things at them, trying to assault them, they wouldn't have to use this type of force. And it's interesting that they're calling them slave catchers, and they also refer to illegal immigrants as who's going to clean our toilets, who's going to cut our grass, who's going to pick our crops. So now they're the slaves and these are the catchers. That's their narrative.
They don't want to move past, bro. They don't want to move past racism. They want racism alive, it seems as if.
This is ridiculous. Now we have actual gang members
stealing rifles.
Yeah,
You
wasn't here for the one video, bro. Dude literally took the gun, was finna fight everybody for his one little gun.
Wow.
What a good guy.
This is what we're supposed to be in favor of.
What a great guy.
Because we're black guys. We're supposed to be in favor of this.
He looks like a great guy.
I know you just talked to a high-placed source at DOJ. Tell us more.
Yeah, so he wasn't arrested last night. He could have been, but the Minneapolis police didn't bother chasing the vehicle that had just stolen a high-powered rifle out of an FBI car. So that stole it out of one of these weapons lockers that was in the back. But what I can confirm now is that Raul Gutierrez, age 33, that you see in the video that I posted last night, stealing a firearm from an FBI vehicle, has been arrested by the ATF and the DOJ. They executed an arrest warrant today, and he's a known member of the Latin Kings gang. I just got all this information just before I came on air. He's got a lengthy, violent rap sheet. Of course, he should have been in prison already, but in Tim Waltz, Minnesota, like they don't arrest anybody here. So it's not surprising that he was able to go out and beat this gun safe to a pulp and pull this automatic firearm out of it and run away with it. And, you know, hell, if it wasn't for, honestly, a lot of us independent journalists on the ground that were able to get a video of this, nobody would have seen it happen.
Wouldn't know about it.
They were able to find this guy based on a video from independent journalists, the one that we posted last night. I mean, it's crazy that it has to be us doing this.
So, Nick, did you talk to DOJ to get his name?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's I've been in contact with Attorney General Pam Bondi throughout the day today. We've talked to them several times.
We'll take that as a confirmation.
I have a lot more material that I haven't posted. Yeah. And so they've been there's a lot of FBI stuff going on the ground right now that I can't talk about, but there's more coming.
Wow. All of that to say, real quick, guys. Okay, so did that man go try to get that rifle in the name of illegal immigration? No. He did that for his own gain. He did that for himself. These people do not care about these illegal immigrants. They just want a reason to act up. They want a reason to feel like they're doing something bigger than themselves when they're not.
What could have possibly happened if he would have had that gun and there was agents around? Somebody would have got shot and killed. They would have opened fire on the crowd and people would have got hit. Like, this is an extreme danger to the public safety. And now there are literal gang members with face tattoos and rap sheets that are out here in these crowds, and we're supposed to believe that these people are peaceful and safe and on our side?
The real question is, what was he going to do with that gun? Because I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to sell it.
There's only one thing to do. The gun is a tool for one thing.
But you think the gun was an automatic gun?
If the law enforcement had it, hell yeah. Semi-automatic.
Yeah, probably semi.
Yeah, guys. I think we've seen enough. This is the narrative that the Democrats want to push. The ICE is racist. They're Nazis.
Slave
catchers. They're slave catchers, and the illegal immigrants are the slaves that are being caught. And we're supposed to be in favor of this because we're black. According to CNN, you saw all the black spokespeople on there siding with this, and we're Nazis, white supremacist supporters for being against this type of stuff because we don't want Latin King gang members ripping guns out, having guns on the street, and shooting, and further endangering the public. And yeah, it's completely ridiculous.
Your name is Tobe Kunta.
Jesus Christ is King of Dearborn, Michigan. Jesus Christ is King of Dearborn, Michigan. Pick up your crosses and walk, America. Do not be asleep. Wake up before the giant of Islam crushes you. Let's roll. Streets of Dearborn. We've taken the streets of Dearborn.
He got meat in his hand.
It's bacon.
That's crazy.
I believe they're going to cancel the 6:30 City Hall meeting because everybody's chimping the f*** out. They're chimping the f*** out. I don't have bananas. Chill out. I don't have bananas. This is not America. This is an insurgency. They are taking over our country. They're taking over our country. They want us all dead. Let's go next.
Wow, what's happening right now? People are pushing. Wow. This is Dearborn, Michigan right now.
Yes, this is Dearborn, Michigan. Any racist is not welcome. No races here. If you can't be peaceful, but every race is welcome. If you're a racist, you're not welcome.
At all, we do not.
Every race is welcome. 1, 2, 3. Our president is a pedophile.
You hope he gets killed because you don't like him? What? That's you hope he gets killed because you don't like him? Yeah? Is that what Muslims believe? Oh, well, you're a Muslim, right? And you believe it. Why? Do you think maybe it's a value problem? It seems that way. You're not representing your people very well right now. Yeah, so you want him dead because you don't like him. You want him dead because you don't like him. Yeah, right, yeah. Get the out of here. Get away from me.
This is Dearborn, Michigan, guys.
No. Oh, no.
What are those flags?
Islamic flags in the United States.
Oh, no.
I know we can't go.
Why not?
To Iraq?
Why we can't go?
Anywhere in the Middle East.
And do this?
Fly American flags like this?
And Christian flags in Iraq?
Probably not.
They will behead you.
Behead?
Yes!
Oh, wow. I don't understand why they always come to Western countries.
It's better.
Now, I need to be careful with what I say here because speaking on a topic close to this one time, a couple people were upset with me.
Oh, in the DM?
Yes. During Palestine, Israel, around that time we were doing that. Ooh, they were mad at me, y'all. But now.
Different Muslims, maybe.
Right. I'm not going to say all of any group of people is one way. So all Muslims are not violent. There are some good Muslim people who believe something different than many of us believe. And
that's okay.
And that is okay. And they are peaceful and they are living their lives. And I have zero issue with that. Y'all do your thing.
Good people.
Good people. But in that same breath, there is only one religion known for blowing things up. And we know who it is. And if you go to their countries and you do this, what will happen to you? In Nigeria, all the Christians being beheaded. Who is that being done by?
Is it Muslims?
Yeah.
Yes.
Muslim Nigerians?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
My grandpa, and I'm passionate about this, guys, because my grandma and grandpa from Africa, Ghana, Africa, they have told stories about them. My great grandpa was a pastor in Ghana, and Muslims would come to his church and get violent and try to kill people. So y'all know where I stand with this. This is not what we want in America.
But how do you feel like you're supposed to get to a higher place when you die killing people, though?
I don't know. Ask Osama.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But they all don't believe that. That's why I started it off with all Muslims don't believe that. But just being honest, if someone comes up to you and says, "Is there a religion known for blowing things up?"
And that's why you said that prank. Throw the bag and run. My dad used to cry about that prank.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
That is a funny prank.
You know, it's interesting. I just think that this is crazy that this is an American city.
No,
it's insane.
It's actually insane.
This is a Christian country.
But we let it go on, bro.
We do. We're a little too soft.
It's part of the freedom.
We let them. Yeah, we did.
Let them in the government.
It's part of the freedom.
And they are the ones who are, bro. I saw Philip Anthony Mitchell even say, he said pretty soon they could make it, because in a lot of these Muslim countries, the Bible is illegal. Christianity is illegal. If you are caught with the Bible or doing anything Christian, they will kill you. They will arrest you.
That's scary.
So in America, not only do we allow it to take over full cities and elect them into our government. Nah, bro. I'm drawing a line. I don't care what y'all say. Mondami, not with that.
Did we let them change the Minnesota flag?
They changed them. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Do you think that would happen in any of their countries?
It's interesting because,
No, it wouldn't.
Because this is Dearborn, but in the city in Minnesota has a bunch of Somali Muslims. I saw they posted a picture of the classroom. It was all Somali kids. Some of them were wearing those, what is it where they put it on their head? Yeah.
Man, so these guys, these Christian guys that went out there, they're very brave.
They brave, bro.
You know, look,
I respect them.
I believe in the freedom of this country and the freedoms of America, but I think if you come, you have to assimilate. Like bringing these type of values over here and waving foreign flags, and I just don't get behind that. Like you have to assimilate. Like if you come, you assimilate. Cool, but I mean, I don't know. I think immigration should be curbed.
You cry that our president is a dictator.
But then y'all are coming from countries where
it's actually something like that
Let me
going on.
Let me look up a few stats real quick.
And then you're out here flying flags, screaming insane things, shitting on American religion and our flag, and then you say we have a dictator in office? Man, we're bored in America, man.
Aren't we?
I will hurt you. Go back to Europe. That's insane. Wow. Now, mind you, guys, he's a descendant of this country. You know, he did come from, we all know.
Is he?
Who
is he?
He white, I don't know.
That's not a safe assumption.
That damn sure not. He's more American than them.
Yeah.
Guys, where Christianity is illegal and persecuted, where people are getting violent. North Korea makes sense. Somalia, so let's let them take over. Libya, Eritrea, whatever that is. Somalia. Yemen,
Eritrea,
parts of Nigeria, Pakistan, Sudan, Iran, Afghanistan, all the ands, India, Syria, Saudi Arabia, all the us. Yes.
This is crazy.
Extreme level of persecution.
He said go back to
They can't
Europe.
even get Bibles in these countries.
But you wouldn't even be here if the ancestors from Europe didn't come here. Your ass would still be in one of them stands.
All right, bro.
That's a fact.
That was crazy.
And then they be saying, and then the people on the left be saying, gays for Palestine. Do you know what they would do to you?
Here, and you marry 4 or 5 women, and you outbreed us. You change the law.
It's true.
You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't want you here. Respectfully, get the out of my country. I don't want you here. Stay out of here. I don't want you here. I don't want you here.
Oh, shit.
This is our country. And
It's
the
heating
people,
up.
the veterans, the World War II veterans, that's blood has soaked for our constitutional republic, are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America.
It's happening
and they're
in
saying,
Europe,
what
too.
the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding, insidious parasites on the American way of life. You will never look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not
He's
us.
going
And get
a
the
little
fuck
hard.
out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. 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 Let me grab my.
Oh wow, the cops that protect them.
The cops look like they must.
They are.
Christ is king. There's no reason to put your hands on me. Jesus is king. Christ is king. Christ is king. America first.
This is crazy.
I live in Detroit. I'll be here tomorrow.
We're coming to make sure you Muslims don't take over. What are you going to do?
2 billion Muslims
feel safe in America.
Go. Keep walking.
Your
Let's
threats
go.
don't
Keep
mean
walking.
anything.
Let's go. You're
We
done.
will
Let's
not
go.
surrender. We will not back down. This is what Muslim America wants us to do. They want us to cower. Christians, stand up. Stand.
Hey, they're right though. I'm sorry. They are
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It
yeah.
seems
Like
pretty extreme,
yeah,
but they're right.
yeah. I agree. Honestly,
Bro, they just changed the flag in Minnesota.
I honestly
It's very
agree with them.
extreme.
And the way they articulated it where he said get the F out and all that isn't gonna be good. But the points they're making, I do agree with.
Ilhan Omar said herself.
I think she's disgusting.
She said herself, I'm gonna bring all my people here.
No, we don't want that, bro. We
She
do
said,
not want
"I'm going
that.
to bring all my
They're
people
going to
here."
make Christianity illegal in America if you let them take
And guess
over.
where she's from? Somalia.
If you,
That's
I
number
promise
2.
you, bro, in some of these Muslim
On the
countries,
list.
if you could give them a button and say eliminate America, a lot of them are hitting that button. Not all Muslims, but the extreme ones would hit that button. Sorry.
I mean, guys, it's just heating up all over the United States, man. It's been crazy. ICE protests have been going crazy.
Good evening, Jesse. We are only on
that a
day
Cuba
4
flag?
of this operation, and DHS says
is
that
getting bad.
it has already arrested more than 200
Hold on.
illegal immigrants.
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. The Cuba flag just
No, I think that was Puerto Rico.
Let me see.
Maybe so.
Good evening, Jesse. We are only
That's
on
Puerto
day
Rico.
4 of this
Okay, where's this other flag?
operation, and DHS says that
couldn't tell.
it
It's
is
like
already-
Honduras.
But bro, why are they flying these flags?
Yeah, we wouldn't do that.
Bro?
I mean, they don't do that in
And
no
it's
other
like-
countries.
I don't
bro.
know why they fly Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
For
but
real.
I don't understand the other ones.
But it's like, of course,
don't
these people
understand.
are gonna be anti-ICE because they want their people to come.
But wouldn't you want them legally? Just like if anybody else went to another country, they would want you to come
But
legally.
obviously-
Mexico wouldn't take illegal Americans.
Democrats was
They were
almost
pro-
saying that.
They was protesting against it.
Yeah, they were.
Why aren't they
But
racist?
the thing is, Democrats was almost saying, if you make it here, that's legal. Well, technically that is.
No, but it ain't gonna work for me. I'm for legal immigration, but I am against illegal immigration.
Me too.
I think that's a normal take. There has to be a process.
This is
there
Democrats'
must.
fault. This is Democrats' fault.
Good evening, Jesse. We are only on day 4 of this operation, and DHS says that it has already arrested more than 200 illegal immigrants, and the operation is getting a ton of support, as DHS says that many of these people have criminal backgrounds involving things like assault, gang affiliation, drunk driving, and more. But as you can see by this protest, there is also a lot of pushback towards this immigration crackdown.
Cartman
I'll take a
costume.
little walk to show our viewers a better look at this. But right now, where we are has been sort of a hot spot for these protests, and that is because we are outside of a Latino bakery here in Charlotte that is temporarily closing, and that's because the owner says that ICE is targeting its customers, and we know that other businesses have closed as well. The school system here says
must be the bodyguard.
21,000
Oh, he's for sure the
kids
bodyguard.
have been absent since this immigration
What flag
crackdown,
is
and
that?
the mayor says that
Where?
people aren't showing up
Oh.
to their jobs, particularly in the housekeeping and
knows?
construction industry. But we have seen a lot of people
Mexican
have
flags.
some pretty tense reactions because of this. We've seen people who spot ICE agents cussing at them, yelling at them.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. A lot of people gonna probably be upset with me, but I don't care. I'm standing up for what I believe in, bro.
It's
This
a
is
lot
a
of-
Christian country built on Christian values, and we gonna keep it like that. They want to keep their country Muslim. We want to keep ours Christian. What's the problem with that?
It's a lot of civil unrest going on right now, guys.
Y'all can say, "Oh my gosh, Brock is." I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're not doing that over here. We not doing that. Christian men, don't be soft. We saved, not soft.
Oh shit! Somebody got maced.
Yeah, we can't let them take over. They not taking over America. They not doing that.
There's no talk.
That's dead.
There's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that
the
mean-
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign
but
workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
Well, we
a
have
country
plenty of talented
no,
people
no,
here.
you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, "I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles," or "I'm going to put
How did
you
we
into-"
ever do it before?
Well, let
Great
me
question.
I'll give you an example. In
Great
Georgia,
question.
they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made
Hyundai.
batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
I don't agree with that sentiment at all. I think American labor is better than foreign labor. There's no one on this planet that will convince me that people in other countries are better than Americans. That Americans aren't smart and good enough to do the job. I just think that's just a horrible message, a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, I think the Americans can do
And
it.
I don't think that for hiring foreigners and bringing them here to work is the right move at all. Especially when we just campaigned on taking the country back and making America great again. How does bringing more foreigners here make America great again? I feel the same way about people on H-1B visas as I do about illegal immigrants. They're equal in my book.
See, to me, y'all won't like my answer, but I strongly disagree because the way I see it, I'm 100% capitalist. I believe in capitalism. I believe capitalism is the best system. And competition drives capitalism. Competition drives America. So if we bring in other people who are fit to do the job and you have to compete with them, well, if you're better than them, you will get the job over them. But if you are not, then you won't. As a business owner, I'll hire the best person for the job, regardless of where they're from. That's just me. But I do see the point. You want Americans to have jobs, but if there's, as a business owner, if someone else is better for the job, I'm hiring whoever is best for the job, period.
Well, the statistical data proves that immigrants that they're bringing in are not better for the jobs or more qualified. Companies were almost incentivized to bring them in because you can pay them less. And I've seen sentiments of people who work with H-1Bs and they say, yes, they do make less. So it's almost like they're just undercutting the job market by sourcing cheaper labor when you could get this equal talent in America. So the whole sentiment is like, we're saying, oh, Americans are unemployed. And it's like, you're telling them, oh, well, it doesn't matter that you're unemployed. That's almost what you're doing. It's like, we voted for you to fix these things. And now you're saying these things don't matter.
But are they unemployed because they can't get a job because of foreigner, or is it because...
Well, if companies are incentivized to source cheaper labor, yes. I mean, I just don't support immigration. I don't support immigration. I don't support immigration.
I support immigration.
I actually think immigration should be slowed. I think that we should cut the number of foreigners coming into America and focus on Americans. If we're going to deport illegal immigrants, deport the H-1Bs as well and focus on America. That's what I thought MAGA promised. I thought MAGA was about making the lives of American citizens and American-born better, not sourcing foreigners or more immigrants. That is my sentiment. That's actually why I voted for Trump. It's actually why I didn't vote for Kamala, because she has an Indian mom and a Jamaican dad. I'm not voting for you. I'm sorry. I would never vote. If I would have known that same thing about Obama, I wasn't even old enough to vote, but I wouldn't have voted for his ass either.
See, I disagree, man. I disagree.
Y'all ain't gonna like what I only care if you stem from an immigrant. I would not vote for you for president. I would not support your candidacy for anything. If you are not pro-America and pro-American labor, I don't support you. Period. Especially in the American government. That is my sentiment.
You know, a lot of people probably gonna definitely agree with you.
I just don't support it. If you're not pro-America and pro-American citizens, I'm not gonna vote for you. And it's interesting because I've been seeing people using this as like a gotcha, like, oh, you guys thought it would be different, as if the daughter of 2 immigrants on student visas was gonna give us a different answer. She's literally half Indian. You think she's gonna stop sourcing Indians here? That's ridiculous. I just believe that the MAGA messaging, that's almost a betrayal to the base, because we were told that you're going to fix these problems. Lots of Americans are being undercut by these sourcing of cheaper labor when the data proves that Americans are just as qualified, just as equal, and you're just almost incentivizing companies to source cheap labor. Like, I love that Laura Ingraham checked them, like, oh, they can't do these jobs. Okay, how did we do it before? By hiring Americans. Like, it's bullshit what he's saying. It's bullshit.
But also before, it was a lot of immigrants, like all the Italians and all them that came over here.
That was hundreds of years ago.
But that's still, America is a country of immigrants at the end of the day.
Not really.
So it definitely is.
Not really.
It is.
I don't believe that.
I mean, what about all the Italians and all the Europeans who came here? They were immigrants.
No, Europeans came here to make America. When they came from Europe, they became Americans.
But they contributed to society.
They came and became Americans.
I disagree with illegal immigration 100%.
Hold
on. Let me finish. I disagree with the illegal immigration 100%. But legal immigration, the people who are going to contribute to society and come here legally and help and drive the economy, is the way I see it. It's just like the NBA. If the best players are from another country, if the best players are from another country, then the best players are the best players. To me, it doesn't bother me that SGA is from Canada. Giannis is from wherever he's from. Jokic is from wherever he's from. You know? I just see it as just like how I see sports. To me, it's the same thing as a DEI thing. It's like, well, we need more women or we need more, black people because that's how I see it. Because it's like, oh, we just need them because of who they are instead of the best person for the job, period.
There's no data that says
That's how
that
I see
people
it.
coming from overseas are better. They're just, companies are incentivized to source cheap labor. There's no,
But
to use
if
the
a
NBA
business
comparison, no,
owner-
let me finish. To use the NBA comparison, regular Americans are not competing for NBA jobs. That it's less than 0.1% of the world's population that can even play in that league. So to use that to an open job market when people are just as qualified and there's labor that could be sourced for cheaper, which undercuts you from a job and opportunity, I just don't support that. And I don't believe that America is a country of immigrants. If you come to America, you need to be American. I don't believe in bringing people here to outsource Americans and give them a leg up on Americans. I believe that Americans who stem from America and are born here should have the best opportunity over any other group of people. I think if you come here and become a naturalized citizen and you get in the same process and you become a citizen and you have to go through the same process as everyone else, sure. But if you have to get a H-1B work visa, which incentivizes the company to hire you for cheaper labor for the same job that they could give an American and have to pay them an actual salary, an actual wage, I don't think that should be a thing. I think that should be done away with. I'm not in favor of Americans having to compete with jobs for foreigners who can be hired to do the same jobs for cheaper. It's not fair. It's not right. And it's just not American. I believe if we're going to say America is the best country and we have the best citizens, I believe that we need to provide the best opportunities for the citizens and not source immigrants.
It's kind of hard to say that because we're a capitalistic society.
Well, it's not hard to say. It's not hard to say that because you can still you still get the same output.
But like,
you're in favor. So you're in favor of Americans getting
no. I
prefer
prefer Americans to have jobs, but we're in America. It's a capitalistic society. I'm being realistic.
You can just stop it. Like, I mean, Trump has already cut the number of visas by hundreds of thousands. It's like this is just another thing that you could do to cut more visas and put Americans in better positions.
But it's like they scared to
It's what the base wants. It's not competition. It's not even competition. The companies are just outsourcing you for cheaper. That's not competition. It's like, I can hire this guy and get the same work, but I have to pay him a regular salary, or I can go get this dude and pay him less to do the same job. That's not fair. It's not competition.
But if you're a business owner, do you care about fair or do you care about making money?
I would. If I was a business owner, I wouldn't want a bunch of foreigners in my company.
But
me personally,
you just said they're doing the same job, you pay them less.
How is that fair?
It's not about fair. It's about making money. It's
so you guys are okay with Americans being cut out of jobs because foreigners can be sourced for cheaper?
I'm saying,
I don't
as a
support
business
that.
owner, business owner in a capitalist society, I'm going to do what makes me the most money. My job is not to say, hold on.
So this is why people like Mondami get into power because you guys are putting profits over people.
You not let me finish. If I own a business and person A can cost me less, like you say, and do the same job, or in some instances, probably a better job.
No, there's no data that proves that. There's no data that proves that.
But look, just
zero data that proves that.
I'm going on a case-by-case basis.
There's no case-by-case data that proves that.
Case-by-case basis.
There's no data that proves that.
Can I please finish?
There's no data that proves that.
Can I ask you a favor? Can I finish?
But there's no data that proves that.
No, but can I finish? If I own a business and this person costs me less, as a business owner, my job is to make money. So whatever makes me more money makes more sense to me. And that's capitalism. That could be a flaw to capitalism in your opinion, but to me, that is capitalism.
Well, this is why Democrats are going to continue to get into power because that is an issue that millions of voters have been voicing, and you guys are just saying, well, fuck what you guys talk about. This is how Mondami got into power. He's talking about cutting the profits and giving the money to the people. And I'm saying rather than cut the profits and give money to the people, just hire the people. Just hire them. If you give the people money and jobs, what they want, there will be less complaining and people will be happier. But given the fact that everything's unaffordable, jobs are hard to get, and you're also competing with foreigners who can do this, who are equally as qualified as you and undercutting you because they get paid cheaper and get cheaper labor, and now you're struggling. It's like
that is unfair.
It's unfair. It's
That's
not right.
I can say that is unfair.
Now, sure, it's capitalism, sure, but it's like all you have to do is just not incentivize companies to do it. You just cut it. It's a simple fix. You just say, okay, no more of this. Yink. Boom, problem solved. Now you have to hire the people in America, and you get more power because now people are going to vote for you. Oh, he's giving us jobs. He's giving more Americans jobs. That was the MAGA promise. The MAGA promise wasn't, oh, we're going to make America great again by being a bunch of foreigners, but we're also going to kick out these foreigners that aren't supposed to be here. No. The same energy for illegal immigrants should be had towards H-1B visas. Period.
Nah, I strongly disagree with that.
I don't believe H-1B visas make America better.
Trump disagree.
You need them. You can't bring in $10 billion for a plant, take people off the unemployment line, and start making missiles. It doesn't work that way. So that being a non sequitur aside, once again, this is just the next stage. So first they take the seats at the advanced universities from Americans, then they take the best jobs, then they take the best STEM jobs. No, you can't go to college, that's for the Chinese. No, you can't get a tech job, that's for the Indians, that's for the South Koreans. That's for Asians and immigrants from other countries. Americans can't do those jobs. Really? So hey, what jobs can we do? Americans apparently can't go to universities. And Americans also, they won't do the low-skilled jobs that the Mexicans do. They also won't do the high-skilled jobs that the Asians can do. They refuse to do the low-skilled jobs that the dumb peasants from Central America do because they're lazy and they just can't work with their hands. And they're not able to do the high-skilled jobs that the Asians do because they're stupid. You can't take them out of the unemployment line and teach them to make missiles. And by the way, both of these things are not true. Of course you can do that. Of course you can.
Thank you. I agree.
When ICE raided a meatpacking plant in, I think it was Kansas, and they rounded up all the illegals and detained them, the following day, there was a line going around the building. The entire lobby of the meatpacking plant was filled, and there was a line wrapped around the building of people applying for jobs. Of course, Americans will do the jobs. You got to train them. It costs money, and it takes time. You got to train them up, but of course they'll do those jobs. And as far as the STEM jobs go, you probably have about 40% of college graduates 18 to 40 that have a STEM degree. How many of them are working in a STEM field? I think it's like 15%.
Thank you.
So it's not just that you have unemployment, you have underemployment. You have maybe half of the people that have STEM jobs that are not, or excuse me, that have STEM degrees, they're not working in STEM jobs. Of course you can train them to make missiles. Instead of having Americans train H-1B visa workers to take their job, have the H-1B visa workers train Americans to take their job. It's a no-brainer.
Thank you.
Of course you can do.
That's a fair argument.
This is what's missing in the government that we thought we were getting from Trump.
I agree.
And by the way, this actually goes towards the whole thing about Joseph Stalin. Why do I like Stalin in some ways? Super controversial, I know.
All right, now he's going off the deep end here.
Because if you read anything about the industrialization of the Soviet Union, it's incredible. These communists, as horrible and barbaric as they were, they would get on trains and they would go to factories and they would literally build factories from nothing. The actual politicians would do it. The actual politicians, they didn't know how to do anything. But they bootstrapped it. They got on trains, they went out there, and they just made towns that made tanks and planes. And they stole the secrets from the United States, and they just did it. And it was super inefficient and criminal, and they used slave labor to do it. Like, I'm not co-signing the methods. But there was this spirit. There was a spirit there. There was a spirit in Germany also. There was also a spirit like this in America. It was a different time where people just said, we will do it. And we thought we were getting that with Trump. That's, by the way, what Make America Great Again means.
Thank you.
The whole idea of Make America Great Again is this idea that the country is stuck. The country can't do anything. The government has no efficacy. The government can't solve problems, and neither can the private sector. It seems like our country is dying, and basically people are unable to stop it. People are either apathetic and they don't care, or people are inept and they're not competent enough. And it seems like the whole country's falling off the cliff and no one is able to even do anything. And we're looking at these energetic countries with tons of young people, whether it's in the Middle East or it's in Asia. We look at cities like Dubai. We look at cities like Singapore. We look at Beijing, Hong Kong. And people say, why can't we build things like they're building in China? Why can't, in China, they build bridges, they build things. We can't build anything.
Damn.
In Dubai, they build like world wonders and it's peaceful. In Chicago and New York, it's a shithole. It's dirty. There's crime everywhere. It smells like weed. You can't build anything. And the whole idea of Trump getting into office is that we would get the energy back. We would get this initiative back. That's what Make America Great Again meant. And yes, the aesthetics of MAGA had in it, you know, I'm not a socialist, but this idea of like heavy industry, like factories making stuff. Like Americans would be drafted not to go and fight in the Middle East, but literally drafted to build shit in America. You're going to get a job, you're going to work, and we're literally going to make things. We're going to make our country great. We're going to build skyscrapers, bridges, infrastructure. We're going to work with our hands. We're going to have factories. We're going to be a productive nation that builds the future. That was the whole premise. And Americans would do it. It was that Americans would do the building, not Chinese, not Indians, not foreign labor, not outsourcing. American labor, American builders, buying American, hiring American, American ingenuity and entrepreneurship and innovation and labor and companies would literally create our future. That was the idea of MAGA.
No, that is...
his entire sentiment on the H-1Bs, spot on facts. Same thing I was saying literally right before we watched it. And then the thing he said about MAGA was spot on. I mean, he's hitting the nail on the head. Like, we didn't vote for Trump to import more foreigners and tell us that they're better than us. They're not better than us. I don't believe that. No one will ever convince me that a foreigner is better than me. Never. No one will ever convince me that foreign labor is better than American labor. He made a point. 40% of people in STEM don't have degrees in STEM. Why? Because STEM is outsourcing labor. That's an issue. That is an issue. Someone has to address that. I thought that's what MAGA was going to do. Like he said, I thought it was about making America great with American citizens for American citizens, not making more opportunity to bring more foreigners here. I would never be in favor of that. If that's what I knew it was, I would have never voted for that. Simply put, I would have never voted for that. Like it's simple stuff. Like, I don't know. They try to. This is why Nick Fuentes says these things. And this is why he's picking up steam. This is why people listen to him, because this is my thoughts exactly. Literally, you guys saw it in real time. We talked about it, then we watched it. And he said exactly what I was thinking. He went off the deep end there with the Soviet Union crap. But
Stalin, he sounded like a communist.
Yeah, he went off the deep end there. I'm not co-signing that. But everything else, I think he was spot on. It's just pure facts. And I'm tired of people who want us to buy into this system that doesn't benefit us, tell us that we're wrong for feeling like this. We're wrong for thinking these things, especially as young people. Because I see a lot of young people are talking about there's an affordability problem, there's an opportunity problem. And we just have old people tell us, oh, you're lazy. Oh, you're not trying hard enough. You're not trying hard enough. Shut the fuck up. Everything's hard. Like young people are talking. We need these things addressed. I'm not trying to grow up in a world where I could get outsourced to some foreigner and he can have a better life than me. That's not the America that the MAGA I voted for, in the America I want to live in. And that's just my 2 cents.
So I see what you're saying, but just me personally, I would never wake up in the morning and cry to the government and be like, man, because of Trump and these policies, I can't get no job. I'm going to get my skills up and I'm going to go get me a job. And I know y'all all going to be super mad at me for saying this and for my take, but that's just the way I see it. It's a little bit of a victim mindset to me. And I don't expect y'all to agree, but I say what I think. If you want to get you some money, go get you a job. If you're scared of somebody taking your job, then get your skills up. That's how I see it.
That's a valid take. That is a valid take. I mean, you shouldn't expect the government to save you. I completely agree with that. But I mean, we're seeing a problem here. 40% of people in one of the in the most essential fields, STEM, are not employed in that. 40% of Americans are not employed in that because they're being outsourced. And MAGA was promised to fix these things and address these things and heal this bleeding that we're seeing in our nation. And we just had our president say, you guys are too stupid and not good enough. So, that's going to be an interesting development. I mean, this is why people don't support Vivek, because he was like, let's bring in more foreigners as a foreigner. That changed my whole opinion on him. I think he's a great guy, very intelligent, but I'd never co-sign anything like that, me personally. I think if you're going to be a politician in America, you need to serve Americans first. America first.
No, I understand that, man. But hey, that's my take. That's your take. Everybody ain't gonna agree on everything. Sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna get mad at me, but I'm with Trump on this one.
Yeah, so America does not need more visas from people from India. India are used as indentured servants by U.S. firms who despise the American worker. No immigration policy has more cruelty displaced Americans as H-1B fraud. H-1B is a morally indefensible if you care about U.S. workers. Click on that.
Like, to be honest with you,
look at this.
We do need more Americans to learn how to even make missiles.
That's what I'm saying. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. As a technical lead, as an American, you can make $190,000. They can outsource you for $100,000. As a software engineer, they can outsource you for $50,000, $70,000 as a Java developer. Hardware engineer, they're paying the H-1 visas more. That's crazy. Look at it's crazy. Like I said, they're outsourcing you. They're outsourcing you for cheaper labor for the same jobs.
You think the Americans would accept that type of payment that low?
I think if you're giving them an opportunity, yes. If you're gonna hire a kid out of college in a STEM degree, these are phenomenal salaries. $65K fresh out of college, that's a great job. $140K fresh out of college, that's a great salary. I mean, they're not even giving Americans a chance. Like you could just, we can just outsource you and get tax breaks for hiring you and paying you less. Like what? I can't support that. I can't support that. Sure, it's capitalism, but I mean, this is how people like Mandami get into power. It purely is
the opposite of capitalism.
No, exactly, because he's going because you guys are talking about capitalism is like you said, this puts the businesses and their profits above the worker. Well, Mandami says, hey, we're going to go tax those people and their profits and give it to the people. And people who are suffering from being outsourced and being underpaid and being broke, and obviously these liberals that rely on the government are going to vote for that. I mean, it's an easy fix. We're going to cut these outsourcing and give you jobs. We're going to give you jobs. We're going to give you what you want. You want a job? Here's a job. I guarantee you, if they cut these foreigners out and they were like, hey, 500,000 new American jobs in these great fields, I guarantee you people will be lining up. The application process will be insane. I just don't believe that foreigners are better. I don't believe that Indians, South Koreans, Chinese, all these people that they're trying to bring here are better than Americans. I don't believe it. Like, look at the Olympics. They can't compete with us physically. I think in the classroom we're better as well.
Check the ACT scores.
Check the SAT and ACTs.
But
Americans are comparable.
I'm being a realist. Seeing the videos of the robots they're making in China compared to the robots in America.
Yeah, guess what?
There is a little bit better.
Guess what though? But listen though. I'll apply to you. Look, they invest in their citizens. They invest in their education. They don't outsource labor. They're not
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
We should do that.
If we want to compete, we have to make our people better. Invest in education. Invest in our workers. Invest in our fields. Don't outsource us for profits.
Nobody in America
foreigners.
know how to make it, though.
See, bro, that's just not true, bro. That's just false. That's just not true. It's not true that Americans don't know. It's
like,
false.
You think it's enough companies that know how to make it?
Yes.
And hire.
Listen. Like he said, like great idea. Let's hire some H-1Bs to train up the Americans, and you can get the fuck out of here.
That's fair.
Don't hire him.
That's a fair argument.
I think that's a phenomenal solution rather than bringing the H-1Bs into work.
Technology-wise, China's a little bit more ahead.
They're investing in their people and in that. We don't.
Like for
as Americans, we don't do
that.
How
you keep up with that when you know they already ahead? So we just supposed to just stay on the sideline and just figure it out ourselves, or
Bro, like I said, we can get H-1Bs to train Americans to show us the game. It's just there's no statistical data that H-1Bs are more superior to Americans. There's just no I've looked it up. There's no data. There's no data that proves it. There's actual data that proves that they're less efficient in English and reading and writing and all these things because they're foreigners.
Yes.
Like it's like you're never gonna convince me that this is the way that America gets better. If we're talking about making America great with American values, bring a bunch of foreigners here and kicking Americans to the side is not a solution.
I got an argument because I do want Americans to get hired, but think about the bullet train. In California, they could not even make that bitch.
They don't have money.
But
look at the budget in California. It's fucked.
So what happened is if we can't make it because it's expensive, we can get somebody cheaper. Shit. That's how it happens. A lot of shit happens because somebody got fucked over.
I just think a simple fix would be if you want to compete, we need to invest in our future. We need to invest in our citizens and not invest in foreign. I think if we cut our foreign spending and foreign invest and bring it in foreigners, and we put that money in America towards things like education, towards things like hiring people and teaching them these things, I think we'd be a lot better off.
I don't know how this is possible to do it, but I feel like the only way this can possibly happen if the cost of everything go down, which is looking hard.
It's not happening yet.
Well, unless we have a major recession or something.
I'm confused.
Cause like, I feel it's messed up. I feel like how a lot of people will get jobs if the price of a lot of shit is not expensive no more, like steel, all that. Like, think about the Great.
Well, with the tariffs, things are going down. We just got 22 trillion from tariffs.
Hey,
or something like that. 22, some crazy number from tariffs.
I'm just saying, bro.
I just think like if America wants to compete,
like,
invest in Americans.
As a business owner, I'm sorry, guys, don't get mad at me. But if I have to pay 189 or 95K, which one I'm going to pay? You know,
that's what you're gonna do.
That's fucked up. It's fucked up. It is fucked up, but like.
You can't
if your budget is messed up, you can't create it.
Bro, these companies are not. These companies' budgets are not messed up. These companies are operating at billions of dollars. These Fortune 500 companies are making money. It's not like they don't have money to pay people. They just make more money by outsourcing you.
But why would a business do something that makes them less money?
Well, you got to incentivize them to do so. They've already incentivized to hire these people. You need to incentivize these businesses. Trump's a great businessman. He can find a solution. Incentivize these businesses to hire Americans. I say maybe
they probably need to make more.
Like Trump already tried to address the H-1B situation, make them more expensive because they were a lot cheaper. I think making them more expensive, capping them, maybe firing some, and maybe giving some tax break to companies that hire more American workers. I think that's a great idea, a great solution. Me personally,
that could be. I'd say
raise if I was president, you want to hire a bunch of foreigners, you're paying more taxes. I'm going to increase your taxes. I'm not going to incentivize you to bring these people here. I don't want them in my country. My country is for its countrymen. I'm going to penalize these companies that want to outsource this labor, and the ones that don't, I'm going to incentivize you.
But it's
a simple fix.
And that's going to also make the country, like the companies leave too. That's what's also going to be a problem. So it's just like,
and then the foreign companies, if they're trying to invest, a country or a company, that's not from here trying to invest here. They might not do that. That might not help the economy.
I see both arguments. Bro.
I don't know, man. I just will never ever see the light in something that benefits a foreigner over an American. I'm not getting down with that. I'm not a person that's like, oh, everybody come in and eat. No, this is our shit. This is for us. You eat over there, we gonna eat over here. That's what it is. That's my sentiment exactly.
I'm pissed, so let's just get this thing started right away, all right? So, the country of Uganda, every single year, always places in the top 10, 20 worst countries on planet Earth for their lack of civil rights. They have no freedom of speech. They've got no freedom of expression. They have no protections for their LGBTQ communities. The World Economic Forum and every other international association doesn't even send Uganda money anymore because every time they do, it magically disappears into the shadow of corruption, all right? Simultaneously, we've got someone running for mayor of New York City who is from Uganda, but instead of coming here and expressing a shred of gratitude or recognizing that America is his last safe harbor, protecting him from what would have been a life of oppression and discrimination in his home country, does nothing but criticize America. He criticizes our society, our institutions, our culture. He stands antithetical to pretty much everything America stands for. And why is this a critical nuance vis-a-vis the rest of the waves of immigration that have come to America? I'll tell you why. Because between the years 1890 and 1954, when something like 20 million European immigrants came to America, they came here because they loved this country. Thanks. They believed in the American dream. They instilled the American spirit in their children and their grandchildren. They were ready to fight in World War I. They laid down life and limb in World War II. They recognized expressly that America was a light on this globe, saving them from the political unrest, turmoil, and famine of their home countries, okay? So here's a radical concept. How about we stop letting folks in this country that actually fucking hate America? And two, why don't we never ever dream about letting one of them run for mayor of Western civilization's greatest fucking city?
I think that's
real. I think that's real.
I like that guy.
But I also do think
I stand by everything he said.
A lot of the people who are pushing the hate America is all the Democrats. They say, oh, the oppression, all the black people are oppressed, all the women are oppressed, all the gay. They say everybody's oppressed and it's so bad. And then that ideology becomes what a lot of people, pretty much everyone on the left, thinks. And the schools are also pushing this. So when you got all these people pushing this, it's not a surprise. I mean, it's what happens. You cannot complain about America and then
I mean, that's what liberals do, though.
I mean, it's interesting because I just think it's been a long time coming because we have the news outlets that push it. It's on social media.
They push it so
all
hard.
These democratic platforms and spokespeople all push that same message of oppression and racism and blah, 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 blah.
It's bad.
And the way that people are just so brainwashed and think and pushing it is just a result of that.
And, okay, y'all answer this question to me. Before we started on YouTube, did you think that it was controversial to fly an American flag?
Yeah,
I won't say.
I kind of did.
I didn't say.
We got some American merch dropping.
I won't say it was controversial, but I wasn't one of the people that would do it.
Like the merch we from the
I would think
wouldn't have wore it.
People, me either. Would you ever wear it?
No, I had a Team USA bag, track and field, but that's as far as they would get.
Yeah, that's the team. You wouldn't,
as far as
like,
they would
people on the left literally look at the American flag, the country they live in, and say, don't flag that. That is crazy to fly in America. I've seen people say the American flag is racist.
No, yeah, I actually...
Like, people used to say that.
Without YouTube and without all this stuff we've seen, like, I don't know where I would be right now, honestly.
I know. And with the cap, it was all when that taking the Kaepernick stuff started.
Yeah, like...
That made people really think, like, they started kneeling for the anthem, and they started saying the flag itself was racist.
Yeah. I like now, I'm like more than proud to rock the American flag.
Boy,
guys.
Me too.
Like I'm more than proud to be an American now, actually.
And I'm proud.
Do you buy the idea that free buses would make them faster?
No.
Why not?
Because more people will drive them, so they'd be even more crowded and take longer to load them.
How do you answer that?
Because it can't just be making it free alone. You have to be making it free while actually making the infrastructure for it to be fast. So you have to increase service alongside making it free and ensure that there's full use of all-door boarding. Because a lot of the issues of the dwell time at the bus stops is because everyone has to go through the front door. No one's allowed to go through the back door, even though this was something the MTA proposed more than a decade ago. And in Boston, when they did this, they decreased dwell time by 23% on a single route just by making all-door boarding a part of it.
But isn't that an MTA thing that you as mayor can't control?
Well, what we saw with Mayor Bloomberg, he was the mayor of New York City. He built an entire subway station because that's how much he believed in the extension of the 7 train to Hudson Yards. The city has a lot of ability to influence what the MTA does. It's just that we haven't had a mayor who actually cares that much about the slowest buses in the United States.
A day after his big victory, New York's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani says he's got a clear mandate and he plans to use it. He's promising affordable housing, rent freezes, and free buses. He's just announced his transition team, but as mayor, his actual powers are limited. So can he really deliver? He wants a 4-year rent freeze on the city's 1 million rent-stabilized flats. But to make that happen, he'll need approval from the city's Rent Guidelines Board. And current mayor Eric Adams could still appoint new members before leaving office to make it harder. He also wants to make public buses free and faster, a plan he says would cost around $630 million a year, though some officials put it closer to $1 billion a year. To pay for it all, Mamdani wants to raise corporate taxes and add a 2% surcharge on anyone earning over $1 million. But the governor and state legislature would have to agree, and Governor Kathy Hochul's made it clear she's against new taxes ahead of her own election. So will Zohran Mamdani turn his bold promises into action, or will political reality hit first?
Like literally everything he promised will not happen. So they're saying, "Oh, buddy, so you're saying you're gonna build new buses, buddy? You're gonna cut a hole in the bus?
He said we're gonna
make
put
a
more.
dough?"
He said we're gonna put more buses out, make more, and let people come in through the back door too.
Are you kidding me?
I do not
bud?
like him, bro.
Bro, now liberals are stupid, actually, though.
Bro, the reason why he won because he said he's gonna freeze the rent. How does he even have the power to do that?
I forgot. I actually forget about that.
Half the shit he promised, he doesn't have the power as mayor to do.
He says things that are sounding good, like the tax the rich thing. Everyone who's not rich likes how that sounds.
The governor has to do that.
We already saw the dude said 1% of the population is already paying 50% of the taxes. So that's already happening.
Oh my God, this is just crazy. I mean, and when we saw this guy, I didn't think he was gonna win. Like, I mean, coming a little bit closer to the election, but I was like, okay, he does have a shot looking at polymarket and stuff. But like now, it's just like this shit's real, guys.
Polymarket is always
surprise me. Right.
It doesn't surprise me because look at who he ran against. There was no new faces. Cuomo did a shit job. That's why Eric Adams came in. People died under COVID during Cuomo. Eric Adams shot himself in the foot being pro-immigrant, then being anti-immigrant. And then you got Curtis Silva with the red beret. I don't know who the hell he even is. No idea. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. He's a fresh face with liberal crazy ideas in a liberal crazy city. We knew that Mondami's plans weren't going to work.
Yeah, it's just like, why did she go that hard on them? She said, the more y'all want me to do it, I'm not gonna do it. It's like, I don't know, she treated him like a kid, kind of. Let's let him win. And now she knew that
he was gonna win regardless.
She knew he was making broken promises, though.
But she couldn't have changed it.
I guess she could have came out and went against it, but I guess she wants a Democrat, and she was like, I guess everybody's for the guy right now, so I guess let's just let him do it. But this is hilarious. Like the day after, not before. Hey guys, I mean, I know y'all gonna vote for him, but that can't happen. Then right after he wins, she gonna say this.
I'm from Buffalo. We don't put up with a lot of crap. So I just want to set the stage that, you look at the history of people who've run multi-million-dollar ad campaigns to try and get me to change my position. I don't change my position. So I just want to put it out there. I respect people's opinions. I respect the proper place to convey them. And so I've said to people, I hear you. And that was important. But also, there's a time and place. And so that's all on that. No, I've had conversations on this trip, but many conversations, I'd say over the summer and the fall, that were important, that led to an understanding of what's in the realm of possibility, shared ambitions, but what is doable is the question. And so, no, we're aligned on so many of these issues. I've made it clear where I have strong disagreements with issues that really do not pertain to
free buses,
the governance of New York City. If there is a surge of ICE agents and National Guard that do come, perhaps after his inauguration, and how we can be proactive in preventing that from happening. Yeah. And that's the state I'm in right now, prevent that from happening. So we've had a lot of conversations. So no, I think there's a mutual respect.
That's gonna be bad. He said this is a city of immigrants. When the ICE agents come, it's gonna be really bad.
It's interesting. Statistically, fact, it is like one of the highest immigrant populations. That's actually contributed to why Mondami won.
That's why that's just gonna be crazy.
Too many immigrants.
Man, I heard this guy grew up rich too.
Who?
Mondami?
Yeah, he's rich. Yeah, he lived in a house with a maid on private housing.
Where is he from?
So stupid.
He's from Uganda.
They always talking about somebody
Where's he from in New York.
Somebody never could relate to us. This guy can't relate to you either.
That's true.
Let's see what DeSantis said, man. They said these New Yorkers are on the way to Florida.
Night, he wins this big victory. He is a Marxist. He also obviously is an Islamist as well, which is increasingly becoming hat in hand around the world. And then a couple days later down in Florida, we've established November 7th as a day to remember the victims of communism. That's the anniversary of the Bolshevik Revolution. And so I have people who have fled communism, and they say, you know what? Those promises remind me of what Castro was selling back in the day. I remember these guys trying to say that. And then what happened to this great island? It became a communist prison. And so we're working hard in Florida to educate our kids about the evils of Marxism and Leninism. And yes, there's less freedom, less opportunity. Mark, there's 100 million dead in the 20th century as a result of Marxism, Leninism. We know his program is going to fail. People have promised this stuff in the past. They've attempted this stuff in the past, and it has failed. And I can tell you, if you are somebody in the NYPD, are you going to want to wear that uniform and risk your life for a mayor that hates you and hates your agency and doesn't think your agency can exist? So I think the economics is going to be terrible, but I think the crime is going to go up, and I think people are going to run for the hills.
Damn, man, that's going to happen.
Those were very, very valid points.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think it'll be very interesting. I think New York City is now a
super Democrat.
It's I won't say it's super Democrat. I think it's just like they're the guinea pigs of this democratic socialism experiment. And given the fact that it's already in motion, and I don't live in New York. I'm done complaining about it.
But the
I just want to see what happens.
Part of me wanted it to happen to prove to everyone that is not the wave. This could help the presidential election.
He's going to be a sitting duck. He's not going to get anything done.
We're going to see what happens.
The governor's literally not going to pass any of the shit he's trying to do.
We'll see what happens.
So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but besides what Ron said, the crime's just going to go up.
We will see what
happens. That's going to help the presidential election.
People are going to stop being police officers.
Blue states look terrible.
But let us know what y'all think about this in the comments, guys.